a glute bridge. So it's a great way for you to learn how to lie down on the bench and get yourself set up for a hip thrust. So shoulders on the bench, neck and head, okay? So just starting with the shoulders, I'm gonna push play, and we're just gonna do some glute bridges from there, all right? So I'm gonna start the timer in 3, 2, 1. So lying back and down, we've got that position, feet under the knees, driving through the heels. We're gonna lift up, we're gonna squeeze the glutes and brace the core, and slowly lower down. Remember, we're just warming up, so nice and controlled, super slow. We don't want to arch through the back as we drop down. Keeping that core brace, that big squeeze, and hold at the top as you brace your glutes. All right, slowly lowering down. Now we're going to roll over, find some space on the ground, and we've got what's called the world's greatest stretch, okay? So we're going to hold it for about 15 seconds each side. So 1 foot forward, thigh parallel, opening up through the hip flexors. You can drop that back knee. Actually, we're going to do 30 seconds each leg. I should have put this one in twice, okay? So holding that stretch super important. That's going to help us get range later in our squats and lunges. All right, swap feet. 1 foot forward, swap sides. You can add a rotation of that front leg if you'd like. So that foot long in the back, that's it. Drop a little bit lower, feel it. Hip flexors opening up. All right, 10 seconds. Then from here, we're going to come up into a squat, okay? Just going to go back to my timer and make sure I've added that extra 30 seconds in. So come into your feet, feet under your hips, and we're going to drop into a squat, reach up, and stand. So drop low, hold, reach up, and stand. Hands come back down, drop, low, reach, and stand. That's it. So keep the chest up, keep the core braced, drive through the heels as we come up. Drop down, low, hold, reach, and stand. That's it. So starting to really get that range, which is going to be super important when we start to add that weight a little bit later. Last one. Let's work on some lunges. Long step back, rotate, step in. Another long step back, add that torso rotation, step in. So feet are still staying the hip distance, right? Just walking straight and back, back knee to the ground. Then adding that slight rotation through the torso, warming up the core, the obliques. All right, next move, we're going to start to move on the ground. So we're going to stick with the squat, we're going to walk out to a plank, and then we can drop into a cobra pose. Walk back into squat, and stand. That's it. So on the side on, we squat, walk out to the plank, hold, and you can drop into that cobra pose. And that's not for you today. You've got the option to do a push-up. Down, walk out, drop, push up, getting that arch through the lower back, walk into the squat, and stand. And the last one when we're down on the ground, in this position, you can do our shoulder reach through, okay? So we're down in the plank, opening up through the shoulders. So 3, 2, 1, and other side. All right, that's a warm-up. Okay, so we're going to go straight into our squats and lunges. So when you're ready, hopping up. So finding your barbells, we're going to load on a little bit of weight. Remember, it's about technique today, so not about necessarily how heavy you're going to go. All right, we've got 3 rounds, 40 on, 20-second break in between. So you've got the option to have the bar on your back or in the front, okay? So I'm going to demo the first round, and then you've got Bex and I both out on the floor helping you. So feet under hips, we're down and up. So side on, this is how we look. Okay, the bar's on the back, shoulders back and down, elbows directly under the bar. And then as we drop, we push back through the hips and squeeze as we come to the top, pushing through the heels. Now make sure knees are tracking just in front of the ankles. We drop back, okay? Knees never come off the toes. We keep that chest lifted and proud. We don't want to drop the chest down towards the quads. That's it, that's it. You've got 3 seconds, and then you're going to get a 20-second break. Great job. So you've got the option, you can hold that resistance. You can add more. job. You don't want to lift through those shoulders to lift that bar up. I see what she's saying, how my bar is back. My chest does not change. My upper body doesn't shift forward, okay? It's about driving back, recruiting the glutes, and squeezing as we come to the top. Good. 5 seconds here. And then we're going to do one more round of squats. 20-second break.
Yeah. So remember, bar, shoulder blades, not on the neck. Keep your chest up.
That's it. Yes, you can have the fans. Absolutely. Oh, I forgot to get that aircon. All right, your third round. Let me see what you got. Remember, it's all about range, okay? The lower you go, the more muscles you recruit. That is where we build our strength. Remember, you've got that option to add a pause in the bottom also, okay? So you drop, you can have that little pause, and then squeeze as you come to the top. Perfect. That's it. Remember, pushing down and back. Great job. You've got 10 seconds here. Then we're going to go straight into our lunges, all right? Let's see, keep that core brace. Stand tall, chin off chest. Great job. All right, 20-second break. So we're going to keep that bar on the back. And we're going to go straight into our backward stepping lunges. Okay, so same thing. Bar's in the same position. We stand tall and proud. Core stays in brace. We step back and drop that back knee as close as we can to the ground. Front thigh parallel to the floor. Again, that knee tracking just in front of the ankle, okay? We don't want to step so far back that we're like this, okay? We're not rocking forward and back. We're moving down and up. See my torso? It doesn't change. I've got my core braced, the chest lifted, get those shoulders back and down. Good, good, good. Try to do that front heel. Step in. Focusing on dropping that back knee as close as you can. Recruiting the glutes. And then pause as we push back in to that stance. Okay, we're good with that. So remember, forward and back. You see my foot? It doesn't come out of alignment. Okay? Alright. Now, oh, that's a good break. You got some muscle up when you take the bars off your back. You've got muscle up to change the resistance as well. Round 2 with those lunges. Let's go. Perfect. That's it. Good. So we don't want to step out too wide. We don't want to bring that foot back behind the working leg either, okay? You've got those perfect planks to put on the ground. So give yourself that imaginary line to walk straight back. Yeah. I saw you, man. You almost got that knee. Tap the floor. Come on, this one. Yes. Perfect. Good job, good job. 5 seconds here, then you're going to get another 20-second break. Great job. Have a rest. Okay, so one more round of lunges, and then we're going to move into our second block of work, okay? Which is going to be a bit of legs and a bit of upper body, all right? You've got 5 seconds, so reset. Remember, every time you get a break, reset, and feel the shoulders starting to creep up. Always check that that core is in brace. Here we go. Same thing, even if you've got plates and you're holding them either side of the body, nothing changes with the way we lunge. Slow and controlled. Good. So squeezing, driving that heel right into the ground as you push up. Oh yeah, come on. 15 to go. Good. Looking good, team. Keep it up, keep it up. 5 seconds, one more lunge each leg. Finish off this side, step in. Good. So bars on the elbow, bend your knees. Safely settle down. Super important in deadlifts, we get this right from head to toe. Shoulders back and down. Arms here, core brace. Nothing changes with the upper body. We've got a soft bend in the knee. We shift the weight back and we stand. So it's a hinge of the hips. Try to stay super close. Brushing along the top of the legs as we shift the weight back in the heels. Recruiting the glutes, the hamstrings. Okay, then it's a big squeeze as we come to the top. My spine stays neutral, my chin is off my chest, my eye gaze just naturally follows down, okay? Don't let the eye gaze drop to the feet because this is what's going to happen. That is a big no-no, okay? We don't let the shoulders drop. We don't curve through the spine. Great job. Okay, have a break. 2 more rounds of that. Okay, I work really hard with you guys with deadlifts, but sometimes we just miss that connection that really allows us to get the most out of it, okay? Really go down, a little bit heavier. We're so strong in our glutes and hamstrings. So nailing the technique, let's go around 2 shoulders back and down, core brace, and then it's that slow hinge down, squeeze to the top. We inhale as we go down, we exhale as we come to the top. Remember, we don't thrust forward, we don't arch our back at the top. We squeeze our glutes and our hamstrings. Yes. Good. Good. Now, anytime you need to reset, you start to feel that rolling starting to happen, sit, reset, and lock it in, okay? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Good. 20-second break. How are we feeling with that? Good? We've nailed it. If you want to hit this next round and put on a little extra weight and try that extra resistance, by all means you can. Alright? So let's do it one more time. Bend your knees, grab your bars, narrow grip, set it up, and let's go. Now remember, the lower you want to go, it's not by rolling through the upper body, it's by adding a little bit more bend through the knees, okay? And of course, flexibility is pretty handy as well. So all the way down, squeeze, come to the top. You saw that? There's no change in my spine. It's like I'm going to continue to ride, holding my torso in this position. All we're doing is pushing back, hinging, squeezing and coming. We don't arch, we don't thrust. That's it. You've got 5 seconds. Give me one more of your very, very, very best deadlifts. Great job. All right, let's leave the legs alone for a moment. We're going to go straight into our bent over row. So same thing. Hands in the knee in that narrow position. Thumb right outside thighs. Shoulders back and down. We start like we're going into a deadlift, but we stop at the knees, okay? So it's the same position. We lock and load. We pull the bar into the belly. So stopping right on top of the knees, pulling right into the belly button. So now if you see, my elbows are in, nice and close, brushing up against the rib cage. When I get to the belly, at that little pause, and you're going to feel that squeeze down the shoulders. Yeah, and the shoulder blades are gliding right towards the spine. 15 seconds. Notice, the only thing moving is the bend and the extend through the elbow. Okay? I'm not thrusting the bar. I'm not changing this bent over position. Release, bend knees, bust down. Always important we bend our knees and put our bust down. Okay, so we're good with that. We feel that position that we need to lock in. So what I'm saying when we thrust, it's not about meeting the bar, okay? Like I said, from here to here, doesn't change. Alright, the only thing is the pull and the release. Good job. Let's go round 2. So pulling it, perfect. Yes. Good. That's it. So remember, we're not going to shrug those shoulders off. We go back and down. We go back and down. That core still brace. Yes. Good job. Good. Let's add that squeeze to the top. Good job. You've got 3, 2, 1. Give yourselves another 20-second break. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Then we're going to move on to block 3. Again, at any stage, if you want to add on a bit more weight and challenge, now And then from there, we release, okay? Clean catch. Good. Into that, like that front squat position. Nice highly collarbone. Push, catch, release. Good. That's it. Keep it close, all the way down. Don't stop here. All the way down.
You don't have to go fast in the clean and press. The fastest move is to clean,
Yeah.
pause, drive.
Good. Catch, push, catch, release. Great job. Okay. Are we feeling confident with that? Good. Have a quick shake. Release. We got one more round of the clean and press, and then we're going to focus on the high pull. Woo. Are we good? All everyone loves a clean and press, right? So like Bex said, yes, you can be a bit quick with the clean. What can help us with that? We can add a heel lift, okay? Get those elbows high. Remember, thumb always outside thighs. So you can have the heel lift, catch. The heel lift is going to help give you a bit of momentum, a bit of speed to help clean that bar up, okay? Because you're about to feel the difference when we go into our high pulls, which are very different to the clean. We've got the power, we want to build that bar up. That's it. Lift, lift, lift. Lift, drop. Elbows high, drop. Awesome job. All right, clean rest. Take that one off the list. Moving on, we've got our high pull. Okay? So, we're here. Super important. So, bend in the knees, walk forward. Now we're going to focus on just the pull. Can you feel how much higher the high pull is all on its own without the power of the clean, okay? So we stand, we pull. Bar stays close. Drop the shoulders. Elbow leads. Good. Now when it starts to get really tough, we start to use other parts of the body, don't we? We start to add in that thrust. We don't want that. So what do? We bend the knees a bit more. We press higher on the core, and we use our breathing. Big exhale as we pull the bar up. 10 seconds. Yeah, if you kept that same weight on, as the clean compression really start to feel, yeah, a high pull, start to fatigue through the front of the shoulders. Good job. Bend knees back down, have a break. Have a release. 2 more rounds of that, okay? And then, oh, we're going to do some big thrusts and some shoulder work. So, are we good to go? Let me see you bend your knees, grab your out in front of the knees to recruit more glute. As you come to the top, squeeze. Okay, so you want to keep everything in line. We don't want to come up and arch our back. We want to think about the knee to the hip, to the shoulder, in one diagonal line. Drop down. And as soon as you feel that bump up goes to the floor, what you do is drive it up and squeeze. Okay, up one more squeeze, and lower, lower, lower. Good, have a break. neck, okay? It's all about putting your alignment from the base of your head to the tailbone. Good, good, good. Squeeze. That's it. Yeah. Well done. Let's looking good. That's it. Try not to shrug those shoulders. So, yes. Lifting those plates. Good job. All right, bring it in the chest. Yes, we are. So we're going to come lying down on our bench. You're most welcome to now. We're going to take the bench this way so you can look at the station sleeping. So set it up in arc, or if you grip plates, that's okay for the chest press. So we've got 3 rounds chest press, 3 rounds push up. With that bar, we're going to take our hands a little bit wider. It goes to the red in that second little grippy bit. Lying back and down. Rise up. And let's go. So we're down and we're up. Brace the core. We've got a neutral spine. Our shoulders are away from the ears. And as we drop the bar, we've got that 90-degree bend for the elbows. Okay? Straight up, straight down. We don't lower to the belly. We don't bring the bar to our chin. So as we drop, you need that little bit of a pause and then find the control in the push-up. Good. So, you want to come till you feel like you've got about a fist distance off your chest. Great job. Push it up. Safely sit up. Have a quick rest. We feeling good with that? Right. Somebody come and have a little look. We've got Bex and I coming around to help. If you feel anything. Okay. Yes. So nice and straight. Okay, so as you drop down, you want to make sure your wrist there isn't too much flexion and you're nice and wide on the bar. Now if you've got plates, same thing. You can go wide, down and up, or you can fix it in and face the nuts to the outside and the plates face each other. Okay, that can be used in this position if you have any shoulder problems. Great job, down and up. Good. You've got 10 seconds to go, team. Remember the breathing. Inhale as you go down with your exhale and you give it that big push to the top. 20-second break. All right, we got one more round. You can stay lying down, you can sit up, you can give it a rotation and open up through the chest if you need. Guys, lie back, get yourself set up. Here we go. Last 40 seconds, chest press. Sorry, I'm going to try not to move this a bit crackly. That's it. Good. Remember, range is everything, okay? You don't need to speed it up. You need to drop nice and low, and then it's a big push to the top. Still bracing through the core. You've got 15 seconds. That's fine. Brace for the core, squeeze the glutes and the hamstrings as well, okay? Now, if you want to make it easier, you can bring your hands closer to the knees, okay? So this is an option. You've also got hands on the bench as an option, okay? Have a quick pause, have a stretch. I know it's been a lot of work, these 6-5 rounds. We've got one more round, and then we're going to go back into legs, okay? So let's finish off The knees are going to go over the toes. We don't want that, so you might have to go a heel-toe wider, okay? Oh, it's not just the glutes for a minute, is it? No, hip flexors inside, right? Yes, come on. Be down for 15 seconds. Nice and control, nice and control, control. Keep that chest up. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Stand, feet together. Great job, your final break. We're going to give you one more round of that. All right? Is that okay for you? Yes. Okay. So what should we do? Yeah. Again, feet wide. Chest lifted, core breaks strong. And give me that shifting. That's it. Come on. Push your back. Slight little hinge. Perfect. Yes. Don't work. That bar should not be wobbling, okay? Locked and loaded. Woo! Shimaloros, right? Give me 15 more seconds. Yes. Because we're down and we're loaded for that entire time, you're not pushing out, getting that release. You really feel this one. Start to fatigue. Guys, great job. All right. Next thing, what do you want to do next? Yeah. Let me just turn that down. And we'll do it. Look at you being all confident and professional. Yes.
I'm happy to go through ab work. Yeah, because ab work is what I see probably a lot of mistakes in as well. So I guess to come down to the ground. Can you turn the fans off, sorry, Jen, so I don't have to yell over the fans?
Oh yes. Sorry.
Okay. To come down to the ground and then to talk about bracing the abs and making sure you contract the abs. So down, grab the foot in normal position. Okay? Okay. So when your feet in a normal position, you want to inflate the lower back. And what we say talk about is we're pushing the lower back down towards the ground. It doesn't have to touch the ground. But what we want is downward pressure. The reason is the abs, the six-pack abs, yeah, their jaw is spinal flexion. So if you push the lower back down into the ground, you're in spinal flexion. Okay? You want to brace and snatch the waist in. So what we see sometimes when people do this, they go, swamp. Okay? Then they lift their hips up, so they're going into a pelvic curl. That's not. It's pushing the lower back down, not curling the tailbone. You shouldn't be able to slide your hands, or if you do, slide your hands, you should feel the lower back snatch into the ground. Can you do that for me? Just hold it there. Back in the blind school, we get blood pressure monitor, we put it under, we pump it up, and we get you to squash it down. So that's what it should feel like. It should be, if you had like a pocket of air underneath your spine, you should be able to squish that air down. Okay, lift up your feet in what we call tabletop position. When we go into tabletop position, your knees stay over your hips and your heels are in line with your knees. So I say to people that get into this position for the first time, it's like you've got a big cardboard box under your legs. Okay? When you struggle to hold this position, you probably already feel it and your abs are starting to struggle. Think about pulling the hip bones together and gently lifting the pelvic floor up. Not friction. It's a lift. And as gently pull across the hips is making the muscles grow so they're stronger, better, leaner, less perimenopause symptoms. Is the biggest selling coming out now. Yes. Does anyone have any questions about anything now that you're lying down on the ground and you might have thought of something? Yeah, so crisscross is a tough one. When you are in crisscross, it's not elbow to knee. So I always say armpit, and I even bring it down to boom. So take your chest towards your knee. We do bring the knee in for a crisscross as the other leg goes out, because once again what we're trying to do is pull across the body, and the legs are going to make it harder because you're trying to unbalance yourself. Yeah? So I would go to learn to do crisscross properly, put your feet up in the tabletop position, it's the same thing, in through the spine, hold the wrists towards the hips, lifting the ears and shoulder blades up off the ground. That's your start. Okay, now as one leg goes out, you just drop it down, you're rotating, but see your hips got to stay there. Okay, so don't rotate so your butt's coming up off the ground, because if you try to get your obliques, it's through the middle of the body, yeah? It's okay, I just need to group at the back. If you're flexible like me, you're better to slow movements down and be less flexible than speeding them up and using the wrong muscle group. Can you feel that push? Yeah. Yeah. We exhale as we go up, and inhale as we go down. When we exhale, we get a nice flat abs. When we hold our breath, we blow out the abs to see what we call rib flare. Okay, and it's very hard to control your abs when you've got no equivalent oxygen. Yeah. You feel the thing better? You feel like you're lifting up, you feel like you're bringing your shoulder across. There used to be a saying, Jane Fonda, she used to say, you never see your elbows in a good crunch, and it still stands. In fact, she's like, I don't know how long ago she was teaching aerobics here, and you never see your elbows are back. They're holding the weight of your head, they're not pulling forward. So you're pulling forward, you're losing the chin, you're dropping back down, and you're not focusing on ribs to hips. It's all, I'm trying to focus on my abs are kept between the bottom of my ribs at the top of my head. Does that make sense? Does that help? Yeah, that helps, yeah. Crisscross is one thing that we've always done in the past quite quickly. And to be honest, even if you're in a class that's many people are moving quite quickly, just slow it down. Maybe it's your class, it's your body. Feel. You want to feel your abs moving. Shoulder blades go up off the ground, hip up off the ground, done. Yeah. Do some light stuff. If you can get your showers class on, if you probably do Mondays. If you don't, she's on Wednesday, but then Sharon's obviously on a Sunday. Sharon is a technician. She loves the technique stuff. Get to her class and she'll, she's really, really good. Yeah. Does anyone else have any other questions? Any moves that we didn't cover? You were hoping we could cover? No, they don't care about biceps. Biceps, triceps. Yeah. Does anyone have anything that you want to exercise for? No one's, you're like, I've had enough exercise. Guys, the biggest thing that we need to think about when we're going into strength classes as well is we can try and make it entertaining for you by giving you heaps of different things to do. But at the end of the day, a squat is a squat, a lunge is a lunge. Yeah? They are the best exercises that you're going to do for your legs. Okay, so people can tell you to do all sorts of different things for your squat and your lunges, but the majority of it is entertainment. Yeah, and if you don't have a good foundational lunge and a good foundational squat,